All right, now we're ready, I hope. We are ready. So here we go. What is the discriminant? What the heck is a discriminant? Well, anytime you have a parabola, you have a quadratic equation. So this, y equals, this is a quadratic equation. And one really smart guy many long years ago discovered he could find the x-intercepts really fast. Intercepts. He could do it really fast, and he used this idea. He said, I'm going to take the middle number, I'm going to take the opposite of the middle number, and then I'm going to take the middle number and square it and subtract 4 times a, that's the first number, and times c, that's the last number. And then I'm going to divide the whole thing by 2 times a. And believe it or not, that told him the x-intercepts. Yay! But not only does it tell him the x-intercepts, it also tells if there's complex answers. So when there's answers that are real, right here, when they're real answers, that means that they're x-intercepts. That means that the parabola crosses the x-axis, and what we find when we're done here, we find the 2 places that it crosses, right? But sometimes parabolas don't cross in 2 places. Maybe they just come down and kiss the x-axis and there's only one x-intercept. Well, see, it can find one x-intercept too. So you can find 2 real x-intercepts, it can find 1 real x-intercept, but there's even a time when parabolas don't cross the x-axis at all. There's not any x-intercepts. No x-intercepts. None. 0. But there's still 2 answers, and they happen to be complex numbers. Well, this wonderful formula tells us that, right? This is called the quadratic formula. Now, today, the only thing we care about is the discriminant. So we're going to erase everything except the discriminant. That's the discriminant. Now then, what we're going to do today, we're going to take our time and learn how to figure out what the discriminant is, and then what does it tell us, right? So remember, we said that the parabola could have 2 x-intercepts. It could have 1 x-intercept, or it might not have any x-intercepts. None. 1. And so if it has no x-intercepts, that means it has 2 complex answers, right? 2 complex answers. So there's this, this, and this. So what does this tell me? How do I know? What do I do to use this? Well, if it's a positive number, if this thing is called the discriminant, right? If it's a positive number, there's 2 x-intercepts. If it's 0, there's only 1 x-intercept. And if it happens to be a negative number, if it happens to be a negative number, that's when there's no x-intercepts at all, right? They're complex numbers, but they're not x-intercepts. Okay? So, 2, 1, or none means positive, means 2, 0 means 1. Negative, this number inside the parentheses. Negative means none. So we're going to practice finding the discriminant on 3 problems. Okay? 3 problems. That's our job. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it now. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Y equals 2x squared plus 7x plus 5. All right? Now, all we care about, all we want to know is what is b squared minus 4 times a times c. That's all we care about. Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be 0? Or is it going to be negative? Because if it's positive, there'll be 2 answers, and they'll be real. If it's 0, there'll be 1 answer, and it'll be real. And if it's negative, there'll be 2 answers, but they'll be complex. Right? Today we're not finding the answers, we're just deciding how many there are. Okay? Here we go. So, what is b squared? Well, that would be 7 squared. And then what is, then there's a 4, because there's a 4 in the problem, in the formula. And then times 2 times 5. So what do we got here? We have 49 minus 4 times 2 is 8 times 5 is 40. Woohoo! So this number comes out to be 9. Positive 9. Positive 9 means that this one has 2 real answers. Right? That's all you have to do today. You just have to decide how many answers are there? 2 real answers. Yay! Okay, well, let's do another one. See what it looks like. All right, here's another one. How about x squared plus 12x plus 40? Okay, b squared means the middle number squared. So the middle number, 12 squared, minus 4 times, there's always a 4 there, a, what's the number in front of x? It's 1. So we're going to put 1 right there. And c, 40. Wow. Okay. So this is 144, right? 144 minus, what is this? 160. Oh my goodness, that's negative 16. It's a negative number. What does that mean? That means that there's 2 complex answers. All right? That parabola doesn't cross the x-axis. It does not have any x-intercepts. No x-intercepts at all. What it has instead is 2 complex answers. We'll find these this week, but not today. Not today. We're just finding how many answers there are. What kind of answers are there? So it's either going to be there's 2 real answers, or there's 1 real answer, or there's 2 complex answers, right? So we can discover whether they're real or complex. If it's positive or 0, it's going to be real. If it's a negative number, it's complex. See? Easy smeezy. Let's do one more. This one had 2 complex. Let me show you the one that has 1. Okay, so what if I did this? 25x squared minus 20x plus 4. Okay, still take the middle number squared, so 20 squared. That's 400, I think. Minus 4 times the a number, 25, times 4. Woohoo! Okay, well, this is 20 squared. 20 times 20 is 400. And this is 4 times 25. That's 100 times 4. That's 400. Look at that. All right. If it's, what do I know? That there's one real. I spelled today. One real answer. Yay. All we have to do. You don't have to answer. You know, this is a problem where it touches the axis in one spot. One x step. What it figure it out tomorrow or the next. But today we are doing this. Okay? Find how many there are. That's all you have to do. Do not solve. Just find how many answers there are. Okay? So, today's homework is in the book. And you are working on page 105. 105. Doing the first 2 through 16 even. 2 through 16 even. That's what we want.